Hi, I'm Greg, and I'm here with Jess, Cole, and today we're going to run through Facebook Dynamic Creative. Before Facebook Dynamic Creative, advertisers would need hours to create different ad variations in their account. This version of multivariate testing allows advertisers to upload multiple versions of creative and allows Facebook to find the most effective combinations to who and where they appear. You can have up to 6,250 combinations with Dynamic Creative. Whoa, that's a lot. And now I'm going to send it over to Jess, who's going to explain the who and the why.
So why use Dynamic Creative? Well, a couple reasons. It'll save you tons of time. You can test individual elements like an image versus an image or an overall combination of all the elements and see what works best in your ad. And Facebook's ad reporting will show you all of that. So who is Dynamic Creative for? Probably you. It's great if you want to save some time and test a bunch of different variations. If you want to test a bunch of combinations easily and quickly, this is for you. So who is this not for? Control freaks. People that want to create hundreds of thousands of ad variations on their own and test them out. And now over to Cole, who's going to tell you when and how.
Thanks, Jess. Now that you know a little bit about Dynamic Creative, let's talk about when you use it and how you create it. So, when would you use Dynamic Creative? Basically, anytime you need to test new imagery and new copy for all your campaign objectives. Those campaign objectives could be traffic, conversions, and app installs. The voice you decide to use for your brand is totally up to you, but just make sure you don't use too many similar copy variations. Here at Cypress North, we love testing out different copy variations. Some might be direct and persuasive, while others are softer and a little bit more informative. Facebook also recommends keeping copy short, but we like to try it all. Do some long, do some short, and everything in between. Sometimes, 10 words just can't get your product or service across. Let's move on to how. Using Dynamic Creative is very easy in the Ads Manager interface. You can test up to 10 images or video, 5 body texts, 5 headlines, 5 call to action buttons, 1 URL, and 1 display URL. Once you input all your assets, the rest is up to Facebook. It will determine the best versions of your copy and imagery for each placement in each audience you have in your Ads Manager.
Thanks, Cole. Dynamic Creative serves across multiple placements and explores the creative performance within each audience. Supported placements of Dynamic Creative include the main newsfeed in both desktop and mobile, the right-hand column of your Instagram newsfeed, your Audience Network Classic, Audience Network in-stream video, Audience Network rewarded video, and your Messenger inbox. Here are the cons of Dynamic Creative. Once you create an ad group with Dynamic Creative and publish it, you can't switch it off. You can't test single images and video together. Right now, you cannot test multiple URLs or display links, though that would be pretty ideal. You can't adjust images in the campaign. You can only view how they are performing. All right, that's a pretty lengthy list of cons. Let's look at the pros. You'll spend way less effort making multiple variations of ads than if you were to do this manually. It's a nice way to find out what text, photos, and descriptions work the best together. It's great for testing general messages. What resonates with your audience?
Excited about Dynamic Creative? Be sure to check out our next video for a tutorial.
Now that you
So why would you use
It explores the saw in the background.
I hit the boom. I hit the boom.
Or you can test an overall train.
Whoa, that's a lot.